Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, MyWebUniversity free educational videos. So let me share my screen first. And as you can see on this terminal session, I welcome you 3 times. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's just welcome you 10 times by running this script. Welcome $H. And basically, if the numbers are odd, I'm welcoming you with the coloring scheme, and if it is even, I write it on a white font or white color. So that's the default color, as you know. So the content of the file welcome.sh is also a bash script, but the chapter we're going to discuss tonight is going to be a combination of bash scripting as well as shell scripting with the C shell. So let me just clear my screen and do this cat command again. This is the page that I just produced, the 10 times welcome. So if you run it again, it shows the same, I'm sorry, with the .sh, the extension, it will tell you that. But then I'm going to go to this presentation that I prepared last time on video number 6. We already discussed this one. So I'll quickly go as a summary for video number 6 from the slideshow. And then we're going to discuss on video number 7 today and the C shell syntax for the for statement. For a statement, when I'm saying a statement, is a statement, but it actually in reality is looping. For looping, the for statement or for loop has syntax that you can just go within loop. In this case, on video number 6, let me move this out of the way. And basically on this one, we discussed on video number 6, the for statement in Bourne shell, corn shell, and bash. So this is just a kind of summary that we discussed these. I'm gonna go quickly over it so we don't spend too much time on it. And then you could see that one on video number 6 of the for statement that I posted yesterday, I think a day before today. And then this is the content of one of the for sequences script. And then this is another one for the steps. We're going to do 10, 5, 30 increment or decrement. You just get the output like that. And then further information for the sequence. The shebang user ben env, whether you use bash or C shell or Python, corn shell, you just export it using the env binary, and the environment or the interpreter, in this case bash, will be loaded, and then all the command after it is going to be loaded. And this set of sequence right now, we haven't introduced the function. Otherwise, the for statement in the first sequence of 3, and then the last one with sequence of 5, we could just write one function and then pass the parameter. And I'll do that one when we discussing function. So this one is for sports .bash, the output. And great choice. I also love to play soccer, so we did that one on video number 6. And this is also a for statement that is much like a C syntax, or C, C++, Java, Go language. A lot of them, awk programming language, all of them, they have this sort of for and then 3 expression. The first expression would be initialization parameter. The second expression would be condition matching for that expression, and then the third one, increment or decrement, based on what you're doing in the loop. So that was also discussed. And then the syntax of the status code, $? For Bourne shell, corn shell, bash, the status code is $? For the C shell is $status. So we will discuss those ones. Let's do some examples for for statement. So at this time, I'm going to just minimize this window and go back to the example of this one, and we're going to discuss one example of the for statement that we didn't discuss. So we discussed like for I in $ sequence of let's say 5. You could do that one and then say sorry, for I in $ sequence of 5. Let's see one. Oh, this is because I'm on the C shell. So notice that if you add the prompt and $ C shell, this for statement syntax is not perfectly good because I'm on the C shell right here. So I need to do that one. I need to exit out of the C shell, and then I go here, and $ is still 51 is another C shell. So I need to get out of one more time, and now I'm on bash. So echo $ is pointing to that 29 process ID, and then if I just say ps minus p and $, it will also give me the bash with 829, the last 3 digits of that process ID. So at this time, I'm going to just quickly show you the for statement for I and you could say that $ sequence 5, and then here say do, and then echo $I done. So we could just generate it, and the number, this one could be anything. You could say 10, it will just do 10 times. And then this statement, when we do the SAP expression of SAP shell, we could do that one, or we could put it into the backtick symbol like this, and then do the same thing. So whether you write this syntax or this syntax, it will do the same thing. Another syntax that I last time did not show an example, I'm going to show you. It's very simple. You could say 1 ... and then 5. So this one is saying the brace start and end, and then you do the same thing. So if you change the number here, 50, it is the same thing. So you could say, for example, for I in starting brace 1 and then ... or you could start with 5 ... 10 only. From whatever you want to do, you could just say that expression basically. And if you want to make a statement out of it or do some expression calculated, you can do that. So, but the example I'm showing you with the for statement here is simply the for statement and the sequence of expression. And then we showed you the sequence of 5 would just generate that 5 digit. But if I want to know like a sequence between 5 and 50, and let's say increment of 5, then we could just do like this. And then if I just want to do increment of 10, then it will be that. And if I just want to say from 50 down to 0, and just go 50, 40, 10, 30, 20, 10, and 0. So both the start and the stop is inclusive. And then this is the step, how much you want to increment or decrement. In this case, we decrement. In this case, we increment it. So you could do that one. But the example that I did not cover last time is the for statement for variable, whatever you want, and then a list of numbers, and then ... to 1000, and let's say, and then say do, and then echo, and the number is for the number for $ for var is equal. You could say equal and then put $ var here, and then here down after that. So this would just say between the two. And notice I put a space there, so it did not do it. You have to put like that in order to get all the numbers inclusive there. And notice that there's no increment and decrement in this case. But if I want to just do the increment and decrement, then I could do the sequence here. And the sequence, I could also do the backtick, which last time we used the subshell, and this one I could say for sequence, let's say 10, and then increment of 100, and then to 1000. So this one will just do those 110 to 110 to 10 and 310 up to 910, and then it stops. But if you want it from 0, then incremented 100, then that automatically moves it in a very nice format. And if you want it like odd and even numbers, obviously if you start with this, incremented with 2, and then between 0 and 10, or whatever number you want, let's say 20, then that would give you the even numbers. And if you wanted odd numbers, start with this number. Since odd is up to 19, then you get the odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So we discussed those ones. I wanted to make sure that I discussed those two for statement. Now I'm going to show you the second video, which is video number 7. And then video number 7, we're going to talk about for each statement and C shell and true C shell. C shell has a different syntax than corn shell, bash, and bourne shell. Bash again, shell, bash. Bourne shell is just a sh, and corn shell is a superset of a sh, and then bash is a superset of both. And so C shell is the first version of C-like sh, and true C shell, or top C shell, some people call it, and then the word could be meaning anything, but it is TCSH, and that's true C shell or top C shell. I could call it true C shell because it's actually C-like sh, but it's an enhanced version of C shell. So that's a superset of C shell. And this one, we have a comment like bourne shell, the syntax, we start with pound. And then the for each statement, notice we have syntax like Python, Perl, and other ones. We have a for each statement, and then the variable, and then a list. The list is between parentheses, and then it's separated by a space in this case. So for each sport, soccer, football, swimming, running, basketball, handball, tennis, volleyball, then echo the sport. And if a sport is soccer, then say I love playing sport. And then notice the if statement has a then part right after the parentheses. And then instead of bracket, we're using the left parentheses, right parentheses. And instead of one equality symbol, we're using two equality symbol, because the if syntax is much like C and C++ in Java, except at the end, there's an end if and there's a then part started. With C, C++, Java, and Go, you start with brace. To just do it here, we just do it with the then part and then end if. And similarly, for each statement has an end part. And so instead of the brace to start it, or the for each do done, instead of do and done, you just say end to end for each statement. So this example is a second example. We're looking for character and uppercase A, B, C, D, E. Similarly with lowercase A, B, C, D, E, F, and then uppercase also add A, B, C, D, E, F. And then A, B, C, D, E, F, lowercase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are checking on those characters, the characters D, uppercase, or D, lowercase, or characters equal 5. Then I'm interested in those character will be printed, and it's done on that one. Second example, for each fruit, apple, banana, grapes, orange, pear. Similarly, we're notice that when we say for each fruit, there's no end, in statement. And like a Python for range statement, when you do that one, you actually say that the statement for item in range of something, and then you put the list there. But this is a C-like syntax, and it has no, actually Perl like for each variable, still they have an end thing, and then So the syntax, we have to learn it for each one of them, unfortunately, the way we learn it for school. And when you're doing like programming in school, normally as a computer science, you're learning multiple languages, multiple syntax. When you're just graduating as a computer science student, you have already had, mastered a number of languages, or at least wrote some big projects before you become a Bachelor of Science degree certified or graduate person. So let's go back with this example, and then if the fruit is equal, notice the two equal sign in the equality, and the Boolean expression is put inside parentheses rather than bracket, and then the word then is used, and then end f for the if statement, and echo, and then end at the end. END is used for each statement to execute it. Okay, and this is a very good example here that we already have this program that I wrote, and then for footballs, everything, we were doing that one. But I just wanted to show you this one before we go to the examples on a screen, so you could see this, and then maybe some of you might just want to see the syntax at some point and just say, oh, that's an easy way for me to just use that as a template and write more similar kind of looping. So let's do some examples now. And in order to do some examples, I'm going to end this presentation for the PowerPoint or the Impress in this case, because it's LibreOffice. So I'm going to go back to this screen and then clear the screen. Let's search, clear the screen, and then I'm on this directory. So I'm going to go to programs, shells, loop, learn by example, and then demos. So now I went to all those directory. I could have just done it with the one directory level, but it doesn't matter. So right here, I'm going to do a star.c shell. I have two programs. One is called catf.c shell, which is the longer program that it does support and everything. So if I just say vim f.c shell, this one is basically line 1 through 5 is comment. The line 1 is actually shebang user ben. I could also make this one dynamic, say user ben env, and then C shell or to C shell. So whatever syntax I want to run it, let's make it through C shell, the latest one and greatest one. We want to use that. And then if we want to just do this, basically this statement up to there is good. So line 8 through 13 is just doing the sports, print the list of sports. And then line 15 through 22, we're looking at the characters, and if character is D or uppercase D or lowercase d or 5, it says I'm interested in those one, otherwise it says character was found. And then if fruit is on the list of banana, apple, grape, orange, pear, that's a list. And then for each statement for fruit, whenever the string fruit, the $fruit matching to the string banana, then we are saying the variable $fruit is matching with the equality symbol to banana. Then it says, did you know banana is called kela in Farsi language? So we just say kela for banana in Farsi. And that's a Farsi word that you just learned. So let's just do this save, and then we run the f.c search, and notice that this one is basically running in more than one screen. So it says soccer, and the output says I love playing soccer. The rest of the sport are done, and then it says I'm printing all the characters A through B, C, D, and now it says I'm interested in character D or 5 or uppercase or lowercase. The rest of them says those characters were found. And when I go to the next, similarly for the apple, when it is kela, it says just did you know that the character is called kline. I mean, the fruit is called kline for C. So that's how that example output is showing. Clear the screen, store the C shell. And then the next example is for each .C shell. And this example basically is showing you for each sport. So we get the list, and then the same thing with the characters, and then the same thing with the fruits. So it's very simple. And we could run the script like this for each .C shell. And because we are inside the C shell syntax, if you run it like that, it's gonna just run. And if we say source for each .C shell, I have to actually say dot, let's see. And then it says, let me just go again here. So the source is not seeing that one actually because there's a space here, but it's, oops, sorry. It is just one typo after. And you can see syntax error near line 8 because the source things is not going to work this way. So you need to do a for each and dot C shell. And because the first line had -1 of for each dot C shell, it says that it's a C shell syntax is gonna run it. We could also do similarly, and then let's just see for the cat -n for each dot C shell. I'm going to just say PS, and then since I was in Bash, if you run it with sourcing it, it's not going to work. So you have to actually say C shell here, and then and now it's a PS, and then echo $$. It is the process ID of this one. So that's the C shell. And if now I say source / for each dot C shell, this will run. And the source command is for the C shell. The bash, if you have the header as a C shell, is not going to read it. So another way you could do is also if you just vim it and say for each C shell, and you just change this one to the syntax to make it dynamic, use a BenYNV through C shell. Now we've made it through C shell, we could also source it with this way for each dot C shell. Assuming that that through C shell is there and it will execute, which is there. So now if I say which through C shell, it's gonna say that it is there. But notice my C shell is the current active shell. So if I say through C shell, now my prompt changed to through C shell syntax. And now if I say PS, notice that through C shell is this one. And then if I do echo $, and that's going to show the 794, the last 3 digits. And if I do PS-P $, also say that you're on through C shell. So cat for cat -n for each dot through C shell, I'm going to just dot C shell. That's the name of the script. So clear the screen, cat -n this. So I'm going to run the for statement because I'm on the through C shell. I'm going to just do for each sport and soccer. Let's just make it a few things: football, and then swimming. So that's good enough. And then we say echo $, sport, and then end. And that's how that statement for each statement works. Similarly, if we do the line 12 through end, we could just say for each character, and we don't have to say CH, we could say one character is good. And we could say DE, DEL, and then W. For let's just call it like this, del bar, those words, those characters. And then we say for character and delbar, which is a DELBAR, and then we say echo $sign C and then done end here, and it will just say the same word there. Similarly, for the numbers, you can do the same thing for num, and then we say 100, 200, 500, whatever numbers you want to print. And this one, since it is get badly placed for each number, you have to use the for each. I didn't do for each, and then say echo $num and then end. So now it will print that one. Notice that the for statement is not recognized. That's a bash script, so that you shouldn't use that one. And then cat for each .c shell has this other one for fruits. Obviously, whatever string you pass in for each fruit, let's just write the word fruit, and then we could say apple and then pear, just two enough there. And then we say echo $sign fruit. And then on characters, we show you on the if statement how to compare it as well there. And then so the echo was mistyped. You could just go here and say echo $sign, and then you could put the things in braces. That also would work here, similarly to the bash. So it is there. And I hope you enjoyed it. And this was a shorter video because I just wanted to cover C shell and a for statement on bash, and then as well as a for statement. For loop and for a statement is the same thing. So for loop is looping, and you want to make sure that within the loop you never and just go infinite loop. The for loop does not have a yeah, you could make mistakes and it could have still a for loop, and that is infinite. But with a while loop, you don't do that one. It is very easily, you could just make mistakes and you have to watch it. And then video number 8, I'm going to cover the while loop and while statement. So have a nice one. Thanks for watching our channel. And then so I'm going to go back to YouTube here, and that will just bring us our YouTube videos that you're welcome to subscribe and enjoy. And please make sure make some comments so I can make videos that is going to help you the most. That's my job. I'm not making these videos for any reasons. I'm trying to educate people that they can benefit it. And then a lot of people, and they honestly need like jobs, and you could find jobs at Amazon.com or Amazon Web Services, Facebook, and a lot of companies. They need tech support. They need junior admins, senior admins. They need a lot of support, and there for help desk and everything else. So you could just take some videos here, watch it there, and then just take some courses at the school, or just watch some of my videos, and then all of a sudden you're ready to pass some good interviews. And I could make some discussion on how to make some nice pass interviews that depend on what jobs you're looking for, and how to prepare yourself for that job. Because without preparation, it's hard to get a job. You have to prepare yourself for the materials, and then you have to know where you're going and everything. And based on that one is you're just going to see it. So these are the videos that I have for you. And then recently I posted these ones. So the for statement video number 6 is already posted on YouTube. Please make sure that you go there and then watch it and like it, and in addition, subscribe to it if you have not subscribed yet, so you could get the latest notified there. Have fun. And then I'm going to just run this last statement called piece.sh, let me just get out of as the through seashell and then also seashell. So now I'm on bash. I'm going to say peace and $h, and then that would just run the saying thank you for watching our channel. My channel is called MyWebUniversity for Educational Videos. That's on YouTube, and this is the URL right here is the URL, and then you are going to see it at the end of every video that I post. And so please don't forget to subscribe and make comments. Have a nice one, and I hope everybody have peace no matter where we are. And God bless you all. Take care.